being in service was the final energy of how to engage the light realms. So we talked about gratitude, we talked about play, we talked about having complete and total faith, and then the last energy is having asking what we can give rather than always looking for what we can get or what we can take from an experience. So this is a moment for us to have a clean start, a clean slate, and to take stock of where we are and where we want to go. Spirit reminds us to dream weave, to focus on that felt sense experience, and to live as if it is already in existence. And that can be very, very challenging for the human personality self who looks at the physical reality and thinks that that's present day reality, when in fact everything we are seeing is a product of our past thoughts, feelings, and actions. So if we want a different physical reality, we first have to change our thoughts, feelings, and actions and make sure that they are in alignment with the reality that we wish to experience. And then we have to play pretend. We have to live as if it's already in existence, because that's what actually magnetizes it toward us. Spirit asks us to clarify our intent and shoot our arrow. We get so lost in the overanalyzing that we think that we aren't clear, when it can be as simple as, I would like a beautiful house, a place to feel secure, a wonderful partner. Like, it doesn't have to be specific. It can be general. And then we send that arrow off into the universe, and Spirit says we let it go. We don't try to control its path or where it's going to land. Because when we start engaging in the outcome of things, we start moving into the business of the divine, and we start kind of messing up the weave that was prepared for us. Spirit also acknowledges here that if we have been feeling physically unwell or mentally or emotionally unwell, we will soon start to see our health begin to improve. We are encouraged to have clean and joyful eating, so food that makes the body feel good, but also makes the soul feel enticed. That alternative therapies are incredibly beneficial right now, especially body work or energy work, massage, Reiki, acupuncture, sound healing, tree flower essences, essential oils, all of these things that help us connect to the mother spirit, as well as Spirit says in all capital letters, as always, get outside and put your bare feet on the earth daily. This allows us to connect the mother earth with the mother spirit, and it lands the mother spirit within humanity each time that we do this. She is our remembrance of a time before time. And so this speaks to what we talked about earlier in the call of having these memories or these remembrances of simpler times, or times when the soul felt more rejuvenated and had greater rest here on this planet. We're also being encouraged to pray, to contemplate, to reflect, to journal, and particularly around the frequency of gratitude. So Carrie already spoke beautifully to that. And to commit to healthy morning and evening routines, which includes limiting our screen usage. And to understand that if a situation is blocked in our life, it could be that we are actually overanalyzing it or being too cynical in our approach to it. So we're encouraged to ask less what it can do for us, and to think about what we can do for it, or how we can offer, what we could offer others or the world around us. As we are in service to others, love and resources follow. So that speaks to what Heather brought up earlier, that service and joy is the highest expression of praise to the divine. We're also being encouraged to pay attention to the details of our weave, that we will be getting a lot of signs, symbols, codes, and messages through the mundane. And we can encourage that gradual improvements are coming. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and to, like Tom said, to get under the weave. But when we start to get our physical life in order, Spirit will move mountains behind the scenes on our behalf. And that was something that came up, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, to really focus on what is right in front of us, to clear the clutter on the desk that we're sitting at, or to wipe down the counter. It doesn't have to be something huge, but that as we get our physical life in order, Spirit is moving mountains on our behalf. We do what is right in front of us, and everything gets done. And the last lyrics here were, "You're testing me, and I'm just trying to keep it together." And I think that reflects a lot of our feelings right now. Like, we're all kind of tired of feeling like we're being tested, and we're feeling like we're just trying to keep it together. But this is part of the divine unfolding right now. And Spirit spoke to the shadow energies that we could be experiencing, which are falsehood and lies, uncertainty, debauchery, psychoses, feeling empty, emotional rejection or disbelief of the news, instability, lack of faith, and a cunning which makes it difficult to satisfy. So we're dealing with an entity that is never fulfilled. It's always needing to consume, consume, consume. And that's why we're always encouraged to generate our own light, because we do not want to fall into that predator prey matrix of that consumer energy or that consumer consciousness. And we had talked about changes in the body, especially irregular menstrual cycles. And what Spirit said that we are doing right now is not only that purification of the blood, but we are protecting resources, particularly the energies or the qualities of family and children. And we are building a structure through this perseverance that a stabilization has been achieved through this transmutation of these lower vibrational energies. This is what Spirit calls creation, stable, and serious work. We are doing the great work with love and grace. And this last part Spirit spoke to was that this is a devotion, and it springs from an inner wealth, and it leads to meaningful actions which actually reveal a true calling. And the very last line in the reading was that we are participating in the secret of all consuming love.